Keir Starmer, why would Trump intervene like this, do you think? And what would the Prime Minister be thinking tonight, having read this front page?
Firstly, let me say I'm a very strong proponent of free speech. You know, as Higher Education Minister, I defended the right of the Oxford Union to invite Nick Griffin from the BNP. So I believe in free and open debate. I also, with respect to Lucy Connolly, I do feel the sentence was disproportionate, but we have an independent judiciary in this country. They've reviewed it and stuck with the decision. But the idea that
It was meant to be a civil discussion, but it quickly spiraled into chaos. A former Labour MP found himself humiliated live on air after a fiery free speech clash exploded on national television. He was called absolutely bonkers, and the internet hasn't...
Trump is a protector of free speech. Please look at what is happening in the United States, where he's banning journalists from the White House because they criticise him. Where legitimate, where legitimate green card holders are being expelled from the country because they protested over Gaza. Where an academic with a visa turns up at the border and is turned away because he's made comments critical online of Donald Trump. Donald Trump supports free speech when it's on his terms.
Well, I'd like to address those points. So banning journalists from the White House press briefing isn't...
Stopped talking about it since. So what really happened, and what does this say about the state of free speech in Britain today? It all went down on a primetime current affairs program. The panel, a mix of politicians, commentators, and student voices. The topic? Free speech, specifically, whether controversial figures should be allowed platforms at British universities. You're absolutely bonkers if you think shutting down debate is the answer. This is Britain, not North Korea. That line, delivered straight to the face of the former Labour MP, sparked an immediate reaction from the studio and social media alike. But what did the MP say that caused such a brutal clapback? The former MP, now an education consultant, argued that some speakers posed a threat to safe academic spaces. He cited recent controversies involving far-right figures and questioned whether certain views should be given airtime at all. That we must draw a line between free speech and hate speech. There's a difference between debate and provocation, but the panel wasn't having it. The moderator pushed back, asking whether banning speakers helps or harms public discourse. One guest accused the MP of muzzling democracy in the name of feelings, and then came the viral moment. Another guest snapped, "You're absolutely bonkers if you think silencing people helps society grow." The crowd audibly gasped. The MP was visibly shaken, clearly not expecting such a personal blow on live TV. Social media exploded within minutes. Hashtags like #FreeSpeechWar and #BonkersMP began trending. Memes, reaction clips, and fierce debates filled every corner of the internet. This wasn't just a one-off embarrassment, it struck a nerve in a wider national debate. Is Britain facing a crisis of free speech? Are universities becoming echo chambers, or are they protecting students from dangerous rhetoric? Supporters of the MP say he was trying to protect vulnerable communities. Critics argue he was endorsing censorship under the guise of compassion. This clash has reopened a conversation many thought had settled. Can we truly have open debate if we're constantly afraid of offending someone? So, what happens now to Keir Starmer, the MP at the center of the storm? While he hasn't publicly commented since the clash, sources close to him say he's regrouping and considering a public statement. Meanwhile, political pundits are speculating on whether this could mark the end of his public career, or a turning point that forces him to double down on his beliefs. And in a bizarre twist, some are claiming that international figures, including Trump allies, are watching this with interest. Could the global free speech debate be spilling into UK politics? This isn't just about one embarrassing moment. It's about the direction Britain is headed. Are we a society that still values debate? Or are we inching toward intellectual censorship? With an election looming and culture wars heating up, free speech could become one of the most explosive issues on the campaign trail. So, what do you think? Was this former Labour MP standing up for safety, or stifling free expression? Was calling him bonkers a fair response, or a step too far? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more political drama, live showdowns, and uncensored truths. Until next time, stay outspoken, stay sharp, and stay fearless.
Guys, support my channel, like this video and subscribe my channel for latest political updates.